Hey, what's up guys? It's Austin here from Royal Highness Python, and in today's video I'm going to touch up on breeding young males and whether or not your male is ready to breed. So before we get into that, I just want to do a huge shout out to 212 Exotics. Thanks for the amazing shirt, and he's definitely not slacking on the back. That was really cool, thanks for that. And now let's get right into this video. So right here I got two males and they're two different sizes. So right here I have my banana super pastel spot nose Mojave clown male, and he's going into shed, but he's around 800 grams, 750 grams. And then here I have my banana yellow belly possible orange dream pied, and he is only around 500 grams. He's producing sperm and this one is not. Even though this one is bigger and a little bit older, he still isn't ready to breed. This guy is only about 6 months old. I didn't power feed him, I fed him very slowly, and he's already producing sperm. This guy here is about 8 months old. I didn't power feed him either. He just a little bit bigger because he had a few more meals, but still no sperm. But right now, let's just prove to you guys that this one is not producing sperm. So right there, his hemipenes, no sperm. Even though this guy is a giant compared to the other one. And this little guy here, we pop him out. Oh, he's almost done, but if you take a really close look inside, you can see his hemipene tips are white. I actually just pulled him out of breeding yesterday. He is breeding a leopard pied right now, and it's really good. He actually got 3 locks in, locked the first time I put them together, and really good. So basically what we're looking for when we're trying to pair a male is a few things. We want to look and make sure that they are above 450 grams is where I look to pair, and if they're in that range, I'm only pairing them to one female. I think anything over 700 grams, the first year can get paired to 2 or 3 females. That's just my opinion. But anything more than that, you're more than likely gonna get slugs or overwork the male and maybe even work him to death. Males do not eat sometimes during the breeding season, so you want to make sure your snake is eating very well and is plump. This guy hasn't eaten this week yet. He's very big, doesn't look skinny at all, and this guy had a meal 4 days ago, maybe 3, but still very plump. And he's only being bred to one female because he's still small, still around 500 grams. This guy is not being bred at all. But if I were to breed him, I could breed him to 2 or 3 girls because he's a little bigger. He's around that 700, 750 gram range. So definitely I could pair 2 or 3 to him. But this one being small, you don't want to overwork and even work out all the sperm, because being a small male, they cannot produce as much sperm as the larger males. And being that they're only months old, this guy being 9 months old, this guy's about 6. Their reproductive organs are not as developed as a male who is 2 or 3 years old. So right there, if you keep breeding them, you'll get a lot of slugs. The females might not even go reabsorb. So it's always really good to look at those two things. Make sure that your snakes are big, plump when you're breeding them, but not too big, because some males, if they get over the 1,500 gram range, I find, is when they start to get lazy and they like to just hang out with the girls instead of breed. So make sure your males are plump but not too big, and make sure that they are just producing sperm, because if they're not, it's kind of a waste putting them in there with the females. So right here is my Enchi Blade possible super blade clown male, and he just started producing sperm. He's around 600 grams and I was looking to breed him, but the only females that I was going to breed him to are really big. They're around 2,500 grams plus, and since he's only 600 grams, I do not feel comfortable breeding them. Usually people say you could breed males at around 300 grams, and I feel that is way too small. I feel that around 450 gram range is the perfect range to start, but you should only be breeding one female. And I think I already touched up on that earlier in this video, so I'm basically going to touch up on the size now. This is the female I wanted to breed him to. It's a pastel vanilla clown female, and she is a lot bigger than he is. A lot of people will go and put the male in with a female this big, but I do not feel comfortable because she is about 4 to 5 times his weight and if she were to sit on top of him, that could possibly squish him. I haven't heard of anyone dying or any snakes dying from that, but basically I bet it will stress the snake out, won't be good for its eating, might even make it loose. I don't know what would happen, but I guarantee you it's not good. So I tend to go and put my males that are smaller with smaller females. So maybe something around the 1600 gram range would be a little better. I generally try to put a male that's, let's say 450 grams with a female around 1500 grams. So you want the female to be 1000 to 2000 grams bigger. Anything over 2000 grams bigger is too big in my opinion, especially for a smaller male. If you have a 2000 gram male and you're pairing a 5000 gram female to it, go ahead, that should be fine because the male should be strong enough. But the less than a yearling male doesn't have all the muscles that a fully grown adult male has, and his reproductive organs are not even that strong either. So if she wanted to pull out when his hemipenes are in her, she can definitely rip them or hurt them or maybe cause an infection. So it's something else you do not want to happen. So it's just a really good rule of thumb is just to go and breed similar sized snakes with similar sized snakes. Of course, it's okay to do it sometimes, but be very careful and watch. Make sure your snake's not getting squished, the hemipenes are getting ripped out or anything stupid, because sometimes crazy things happens with animals and they're unpredictable. So try to make it the safest environment possible. So here is another young male. This is my spot nose, yellow belly / asphalt 100% het clown. And even though he has fathered 2 clutches for me and he is now 1 year old, he is still having some trouble breeding. So this year he got 2 females gravid. We got some really cool eggs and really cool babies, but if you remember that clutch that we lost, well that I lost basically due to that power outage failure in the incubator, he was the father. So I definitely want to get him breeding some more stuff. I actually have him breeding some stuff that isn't clown right now, just to prove out the yellow belly / asphalt, but he does not want to breed, and he's bred in the past, but I did have some trouble in the past. But one really good tip that helped me out was using another male shed. So this is from my pastel vanilla clown male, and he's like a 3-year-old male, proven breeder. I just took this out of his bin. It's not his full shed, but it's the shed of his lower end. So it's about halfway of his shed to where the spurs and the tail would be. So that's where a lot of his scents would be. So now we're just gonna take him, put him in the bin with the female. Here we have an Enchi, fire yellow belly, possible super Enchi. Not too sure on the super Enchi, but we're gonna go and put the shed in with there and just close it up. I also like to go and take the water and pour it on the shed a bit, just to really raise the humidity and get the scent into the air. That usually helps with the pairing, and hopefully I come back in a few hours and they'll be locked. So those are some of my tips on how to breed and know when to breed a small male. There are obviously some other tips and tricks you can find on the internet, and I even know that I will show you guys in some other videos. I'm gonna do a series on how to breed, touching up on how to breed without an ultrasound, breeding year round, how to tell if your female's gravid, and a whole bunch of other stuff. Even maybe palpating. I'm not the best, but I do have some experience with it, and maybe I can learn with you guys. So if you like this video, drop a like down below. Don't forget to share, subscribe, and peace out to the next one. So see ya.